Hey everybody, it's Christina, the Tarot Biz Mentor. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. Today we're going to be talking about hand health, and hand health specifically for tarot readers. So we are constantly shuffling our cards all the time. If we're working on the psychic hotlines, we're doing lots and lots of readings somewhere, sometimes even, up to 20 plus readings per day. And so if we aren't using the apps, then I definitely highly recommend using apps if you're doing a lot of readings, and that way it'll kind of save your hands. But if you are doing, just the old-fashioned shuffling cards, it's really important to take care of your hands. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through an exercise that I learned back when I was a beautician and I was working in the spa industry. And I learned this from my massage therapist who actually worked at a couple of the locations with me, and she taught me how to do this back when I needed it for in terms of holding scissors and clippers and things like that. Now it's a little bit different, but I still use my hands a lot. And if you use these kind of exercises and use these methods, you will find that your hands will hurt a lot less. You'll be able to stave off arthritis, carpal tunnel a lot better, and it will give you the flexibility that you need to keep your hands healthy and happy. So I've already gone ahead, and you can utilize whatever you would like. You can go grab your moisturizer, go grab some coconut oil, just pause this video and go grab something really quickly. So I have this is a massage candle. This is from my friend Mario Zelani at Tarot and Tea. This is a new product line that he's going to be carrying, and it's probably the best thing that I found for this specific exercise. It's literally really simple ingredients. It's just soy, avocado oil, coconut oil, shea butter, beeswax, sunflower, cocoa butter, vitamin E, and some lavender essential oils and fragrance oils. And it just comes in this little tin. You take the top off, and it's literally just a candle that you light that you can actually use the wax for massage. So this has already been burning for a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and blow it out. And I just had it burning for maybe like a minute or two. You want to gently do that so this oil doesn't splatter. And you want to wait just a couple seconds, and what you can do, and make sure you take off your rings and your jewelry and things like that. But it's the type of oil, it's the type of candle wax that doesn't get very hot, and it doesn't get very hot because it's meant to be used as wax. So what you can do just to kind of test the temperature is just kind of stick, your finger in there a little bit, and honestly, it just feels like paraffin to me. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this into my hands here. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab that and put it all over my hands and massage it into my hands. And so what we're going to start with is we're going to actually start with a sequence that I like to repeat between 3 and 5 times. So get your hands kind of warmed up, get the oil warmed up, just kind of wake them up a little bit. Get the muscles moving. You might take your thumb and just kind of massage your palms out. Just wake them up. And so this is going to be kind of weird. So I'm going to try to show you from the side, and I try to show you from the front. So my mind is like coordinating two different crazy things here right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with your fingers out, like jazz hands kind of, and just kind of stretch them out, stretch your fingers back as much as you can. And then you're going to push your fingers together, and you're going to fold over like a triangle, or like you're making a taco. And you're just going to fold over once, and then you're going to fold your knuckles in again and try to tuck your pinky. And then you kind of want to bring your thumb up a little bit. And we're going to hold this for about 3 to 5 seconds. And then we're going to release, and we're going to let our fingers just slowly climb open up to the top. Again, stretch your fingers out, jazz hands, stretch your fingers out, up and to the side. And then we're going to come back together again. And this time, instead of making like a half triangle, we're going to just gently curl our fingers in to where the tips of our fingers are touching the meaty parts of our palms. We're going to tuck our pinkies in if they aren't already, and then we're going to wrap our thumbs around. And we're going to just hold our fists here for a couple seconds. We're going to count to 5 in our heads. And then we're just going to softly release and just kind of shake your hands out. You may start to feel a little bit of energy and chi kind of coming in through here. You may feel, especially if you have a little bit of carpal tunnel and things like that, you may feel these tendons in here start to kind of perk up a little bit. You might also begin to feel a little bit like your hands are kind of buzzing a little bit because we're getting our blood flow into here. Okay, so we're going to do it a couple more times here. So we're going to go a little bit quickly. So we're going to put our hands together and then we're going to stretch them out, jazz hands as much as you can. And then we're going to bend our fingers in half, and then we're going to bend them in half again. And we're going to put our fingertips into the palm of our hands. We're going to hold that. And then we're going to release, and we're going to let our fingers slowly kind of crawl, unfold to the top. Then we're going to stretch our hands out again, or fingers out again, kind of wiggle them around if you want to. And then we're going to slowly kind of curl our fingers in to make a fist. Tuck your pinky in, wrap your thumb around, hold. And release. Okay, we're going to do that one more time, and then I'm going to show you some ways that you can do some reflexology. Okay, so we're going to open up our hands again, stretch them wide, fold our hands in once, fold our hands in twice, hold. Release, let our fingers kind of crawl to the top. Stretch them out to the side, wiggle them around. And then we're going to just come back into a ball. And let's just sit here for a few minutes. So what I kind of like to do at this point, I kind of like to bend my wrist to the front, kind of like to bend my wrist to the back, bend to the side, bend to the side. You can even put your fingers together and kind of push here. That way you're really stretching your knuckles. Okay. Just do whatever feels intuitively good to you. And then after that, what I like to do that sequence like maybe about 3 to 5 times or so. And by this point, the oil should be really melted into your hands. It's also a really great conditioning treatment for your hands. What we want to do is you're going to do this on either side. I'm just going to show you the one side, but you want to take your hand and kind of cup it to the side, and your thumb, because when you're massaging, you don't want to put a lot of strain on your actual thumb, because the point is to de-stress our hands, right? So by cupping, you're going to give your thumb like a little bit of a platform, so you can apply firm pressure, but it's not going to, stress out your thumb. So what I like to do is I like to just start at the meaty bits and just kind of work my way across, and especially those little grooves that are kind of in between your fingers, you kind of want to make sure that you massage those out. And you can kind of just do like round circles, right? And you might hear like some popping, or you might hear, it's almost kind of like, they're called crystals, and what they are is they're little bits of like metals and things like, and air pockets and stuff in your actual blood in your veins that can cause a lot of tension. And so what we're doing right now is we're just massaging those out, and you can just kind of take it around to the side. I like to do like a big swooping motion and then kind of work towards the center. It always feels really good, and especially, really get that thumb, because our thumb points are always really, we're gripping the cards and we're using our thumbs to kind of, do the cards. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. And then you can repeat this on the other side, right? You can go back into those little grooves, massage in there. Make sure you're getting the grooves. Make sure you're getting the fatty bits of the thumb and the palm. Go around in a big circle, get smaller and smaller, right? And then what I like to do is I like to stretch my fingers out. So I'll take my fingers and I'll just kind of gently pull. There's a lot of oil on my hands. I'm not trying to cause myself harm. I'm just trying to stretch my joints out a little bit. And also it's great for acupressure and reflexology. So you just want to use like a modest tension. You want to do that for each of your fingers. It feels super good. You want to do that for your thumb. Then you'll do this hand. You want, every time you go over a joint, you kind of want to just do a little bit of a squeeze, just to kind of wake it up. You'll find that your hands will start turning a lovely shade of red, and that's all the blood that we have flowing to our hands at this point. Okay, and then the last thing I like to do is I like to go work in between the joints. So I'll hold my hand like this, I'll take my other hand and kind of, how they meet, and I'll kind of just work in, especially this part. This part really gets sore for me personally. So I'll just kind of, work this part in. And then I'll use my thumb to kind of come back in here and work these joints out. I don't know about you, but I carry a lot of stress in my hands and in my back and my arms. And I think that just has a lot to do with, we are a trade, and so we work a lot with our upper body. And we can kind of hold a lot of our energy kind of hostage in these areas. So you're going to want to aim to do this. I mean, ideally, like in a perfect world, once a day is ideal, but that might not be feasible for some of you. So I would say, try to do this at least once a week. I'm going to put the link down below to where you can contact Mario and you can get one of these candles if you want. I highly, highly recommend them. Probably the best thing I've ever found for this specific exercise. And that is how you maintain your hand health. And that's how you have happy, healthy hands as a tarot reader. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.